Late at night, when the water's surface is still and the moon casts an ethereal glow, something stirs beneath. Unseen eyes watch from the depths, and the air grows unnaturally cold. For those who venture too close, the lake whispers a chilling invitation, one that many cannot resist, but few survive. What lies beneath is not just the weight of water, but the heavy presence of those who never left. They say the lake has a memory, and it remembers those who vanished without a trace. The echoes of their screams, the ripples of their struggles remain trapped in its depths. Some believe the lake calls out to the living, urging them to come closer, to become part of its endless watery grave. But once you hear the call, it's already too late. The lake's ghosts are not forgotten, they are waiting, and they never let go. Lake Tahoe, the largest alpine lake in North America, with its crystal-clear waters and majestic mountain backdrop, is one of the most beautiful and sought-after locations in the United States. Nestled on the border between California and Nevada, it has long been a tourist destination, drawing visitors from all over the world to its shores. But there's another side to the lake, one that is darker, far less known, and steeped in ghostly legends and mysteries that date back centuries. The indigenous Washoe people, who have lived around Lake Tahoe for thousands of years, have long believed that the lake holds both spiritual and dangerous powers. For them, the lake was not just a natural wonder but a sacred place, a space where the spirits of the dead could dwell. Tales were passed down through generations about ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena occurring near the lake's shores, some of which were even thought to be the restless souls of drowned people. Over the years, as settlers arrived and the region developed into a popular retreat for the wealthy and adventurous, the stories of the lake's haunted history began to mix with more modern ghost stories, creating a chilling tapestry of spectral tales that still persist today. But there's one story, in particular, that has captured the imagination of both locals and visitors: the drowning ghosts of Lake Tahoe. The legend of the drowning ghosts can be traced back to the early 19th century, during a time when Lake Tahoe was becoming an increasingly popular destination for settlers, miners, and tourists. At that time, the area was much less developed, with wild forests, steep cliffs, and hidden coves. For many, it was a place of both natural beauty and danger, as the lake's deep waters could be treacherous. In the 1840s, as the mining boom took off in the region, settlers began to establish more permanent homes along the lake's edge. It wasn't long before accidents began to occur. Stories began circulating of miners and other travelers who mysteriously drowned while crossing the lake or during boating excursions. Some were believed to have been caught in sudden, violent storms that appeared out of nowhere, while others vanished without a trace. But what was most eerie about these drownings was the persistence of their spirits, which seemed to linger in the water. The ghostly phenomena surrounding these drownings began to attract attention. Witnesses reported seeing shadowy figures in the mist rising from the lake, shapes that would appear and disappear quickly, leaving behind a sense of foreboding. In some cases, people claimed to hear voices calling from the depths, as though the souls of those who had drowned were trying to communicate. The most chilling of all the reports was that of the Lake Tahoe ferry, which began operating in the late 1800s. The ferry was intended to transport passengers across the lake in relative safety, but on more than one occasion, passengers aboard reported seeing strange, translucent figures walking along the deck at night. Some claimed the figures were dressed in old-fashioned clothing, while others insisted that they looked like the drowned souls of long-forgotten travelers. The ferry's crew, initially skeptical, eventually began to experience strange occurrences of their own tapping sounds on the hull of the boat, and the sensation of being watched by unseen eyes. The drowning ghosts of Lake Tahoe were not content to remain a relic of the past. Over the years, as the area continued to grow and develop, the number of mysterious drownings increased. Some were accidents, others were suicides, and some were believed to be the result of foul play. But many of the drownings were unexplained, as if the lake itself was claiming more and more victims. In the 1930s, the construction of a highway along the eastern shore of Lake Tahoe brought more people to the area. With it came more stories of strange occurrences. Locals would talk about the phenomenon of the drowning mist. It would roll in from the lake, thick and suffocating, obscuring the shoreline and leaving behind a palpable sense of dread. Those who ventured too close to the water during these times would often report feeling a sudden, overwhelming urge to jump into the lake, as though some unseen force was pulling them toward the water's edge. Some never returned. It wasn't long before the first rumors of ghostly figures appearing at the lake's edge began to circulate again. These figures were often described as silhouettes of people, some of whom appeared to be reaching out for help, while others simply wandered aimlessly along the shore. their expressions hollow and vacant. Those who had close encounters reported that the figures would vanish when approached, leaving behind only a cold, unsettling emptiness. The most notorious of these drownings occurred in 1942. A young couple, on a romantic getaway to Lake Tahoe, went boating on the lake. They never returned. Their boat was found floating in the middle of the lake, but there was no sign of the couple. The police searched for weeks, but their bodies were never recovered. Rumors quickly spread that the couple had fallen victim to the drowning ghosts of the lake, their spirits now bound to the water forever. Over the years, various theories have emerged to explain the hauntings of Lake Tahoe. Some believe that the lake itself is cursed, its dark waters hiding the restless spirits of those who drowned there. Others claim that the lake is a portal, a gateway between the living and the dead, allowing lost souls to wander the earth for eternity. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain: Lake Tahoe is home to some of the most chilling and inexplicable ghost stories in the United States. One common theory is that the spirits of those who drowned are trapped in the lake because they never received proper burials. In many cases, the bodies of drowning victims were never recovered, leaving their souls to wander the lake in search of peace. Some locals believe that the water itself holds these spirits, keeping them bound to the lake for eternity. Others say that the spirits of the drowned are drawn to the lake because of its spiritual significance, as the Washoe people believed that the lake was a place where the dead could dwell. Another theory is that the hauntings are the result of an energy vortex, a powerful natural phenomenon that creates disturbances in the environment. According to this theory, the lake's location and geological makeup create an energy field that draws spirits from other realms, allowing them to manifest and interact with the living. While there is no scientific evidence to support this idea, it is a popular explanation among paranormal enthusiasts. Over the decades, Lake Tahoe has become a hotspot for paranormal investigations. Some of the most famous ghost sightings have occurred on the lake itself, particularly on the ferry that still runs between several of the lake's towns. Witnesses have reported seeing ghostly figures on board, sometimes accompanied by the sound of soft crying or laughter. One of the most well-known ghost stories is of a young woman who drowned in the lake in the early 1900s. Her apparition has been seen walking along the ferry deck, her white dress flowing behind her as she searches for her lost lover. Other ghostly encounters have occurred along the shores of the lake. On occasion, people have reported seeing figures moving in the distance, only to have them disappear when approached. Some claim to have heard voices calling from the water, while others describe seeing shadowy figures near the shoreline at night. The most eerie of all is the sound of splashing, followed by the faint cry of a person in distress. When investigators dive into the water, they often find nothing, only the silent, murky depths of the lake. The drowning ghosts of Lake Tahoe remain an enduring mystery, a chilling reminder that even the most beautiful places can hold dark and unexplained secrets. Whether you believe in the legends or not, one thing is certain: the lake's waters are as dangerous as they are mesmerizing, and its ghosts continue to haunt the shores, forever seeking release from their watery prison. As the years pass, new stories are added to the ever-growing lore of Lake Tahoe. The drowning ghosts may never rest, and the people who hear their whispers or glimpse their figures in the mist are left to wonder if the spirits of the lake are real or if they are simply products of the mind, woven into the fabric of the region's haunted history. Whatever the truth may be, the legend of the drowning ghosts endures, ensuring that the eerie legacy of Lake Tahoe will live on for generations to come. As the moonlight fades and the mist begins to creep back over the water, the truth becomes undeniable: some spirits are never at rest, and some places never let go. The drowning ghosts of the lake linger, bound by the very waters that claim their lives, forever waiting for others to join them in their silent, watery world. Their restless souls continue to haunt the shorelines, whispering in the wind, hoping for someone to listen, hoping for someone to understand the weight of their sorrow. If you ever find yourself near the water's edge, remember this: some legends are not just stories. Some are warnings. The lake remembers, and it calls to those brave enough or foolish enough to listen. If you enjoyed this chilling tale, don't forget to like and subscribe for more eerie stories that will leave you questioning what's real and what lies beneath. Stay curious and stay cautious. You never know what you might find when you venture too close to the unknown.